welcome back. Today we are in the rice terraces of Ninh Binh.
We had spent the last several days in Hanoi just checking out the city, and it was absolutely crazy. So much hustle and bustle, so much traffic. So we decided to get out of the city and explore more of the natural side of Vietnam. So last night we packed up our stuff, hopped in a bus, and here we are in Ninh Binh now.
Ninh Binh is so naturally beautiful with its limestone cliffs, rivers, and temples to explore. We almost did not come here, but once we saw all the day trips from Hanoi, we decided we wanted to come and explore it ourselves.
Today we're going to be climbing Mua Mountain, visiting old temples, and taking a boat ride down the Chang An River.
So we've now made it to the top of Mua Mountain, which is absolutely breathtaking. We got up really early this morning at 4:30 so that we could make it up here for sunrise. And although there are 486 steps here, it was totally worth it. It also was very humid this morning, so it was a haul to get to the top of this mountain. There are two different areas that you can hike up to for a gorgeous view of the rice terraces, the rivers, the limestone cliffs. It's absolutely beautiful here. So we're just taking in this gorgeous, gorgeous sunrise here in Vietnam.
It's funny. This morning I actually was wondering if it was going to be too cold out here this morning. If I needed to put on like an extra layer. Absolutely not. I should have known better. My biggest two recommendations for you is one, don't forget the GoPro all the way at the top of the mountain when you're halfway down, because then you have to go all the way back up. And two, don't rent a motorbike that doesn't have any gas in it. Otherwise you try to leave early in the morning and you're like, oh no, this motorbike won't start because there's no gas. Luckily our Airbnb also did have bikes though, so we took a bike to get over here this morning. All right, all the way back down, here we go. Fastest way to get down is just by falling. I don't know why we keep doing this to ourselves. I'm pretty sure I've done more steps in the last 6 months than like the rest of my life combined. I feel like everywhere we go, it's just, oh, there's 600 steps to this, or there's 1,000 steps here, or 200 steps here. I guess it's a good leg workout, but it is brutal. We have now made it down from the top of the mountain. When I was looking at coming here, all you could ever really find was stuff about the Mua Cave. And the cave is just kind of like a quick little stop on the way up to the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain is definitely like the real reason to come all the way out here and to check out this area because the view is absolutely great. It does cost about $4 per person to get into this. It's kind of like a hotel resort area. And so after we got done, we actually came out to the fields and started checking these out. You're allowed to just kind of like wander around through the fields, and they are working fields. And it is just really beautiful out here and a great way to spend a nice little morning. I would definitely recommend though to come here early in the morning because like already we're seeing more and more people arriving. It's also getting way hotter to make that hike. So definitely recommend that you get up here and, you know, maybe catch the sunrise here or just make sure you beat some of that heat and all the crowds.
This area is so much more peaceful than Hanoi. We're just biking around the countryside. This is more my type of scene.
After freshening up and grabbing a quick breakfast at our Airbnb, we're now here at the Chang An boat docks. So one of the most popular things to do down here in Ninh Binh is take a boat ride down the rivers here. There are two different options. There's either the Chang An option or there's the Tam Coc boat rides. We have chosen the Chang An option because it's a little bit longer and it focuses more on like the surrounding landscape, whereas in the Tam Coc boat ride focuses more on the river, is a little bit shorter. Unfortunately, it does have like a reputation of having some like scamming sales practices. So what I've read and seen is other boats will actually pull up alongside your boat and then they will not leave until you buy something from them, you know, whether it be like some fresh fruit or just whatever it is, but essentially they're just gonna stay there and pester you until you buy something. So we decided to come to the Chang An boat docks and we are going to go start checking that out now. This option is also supposed to be like the quieter one, but it looks like there's a lot of people already on the boats. We're here pretty early in the morning, so either the other one is just super busy or this one's also just gotten very busy as well.
Thank you.
I need one of the little sun hats.
So we are now on our boat. We are doing a combination of 2 or 3 and 2. So you have to wait until you get a group of 4 people to be able to leave on your little boats. We had to wait for another 2 people in order to grab a boat. And now we are finally off. They have umbrellas for us, which is nice because the sun came out and it is roasting out here. We were worried about getting burned, but now we're just going to enjoy this beautiful area out on the river.
We are now entering the first cave. I think there's about 4 different caves we're gonna go through today. This is the Dot Cave, which is 1,000 meters long. This cave is like really short. It's pretty wide, so it doesn't feel very claustrophobic. The ceiling is much lower than I thought it would be. 2 or 3 has the longest cave on it. I'm pretty sure that's this one because like I said, it is 1,000 meters. But what's nice is like even though the ceiling is really low, it's really wide, so it doesn't feel very claustrophobic. There's also light scattered all throughout the cave, so like no matter where you're at, it's never like completely dark. You can always see a little bit of light further down. It's so low, we have to crouch way down right now. We just got done in the longest cave on this route. It was really cool to see like all the stalactites and all the other cave formations in there. There's a couple of times where like the cave really widened up. Like most of it was pretty small and narrow, but there was a couple of caverns in there that was really cool because it just like opened up to be a very big space there.
So we just finished up at Soi Tien Temple. Next up is LINH Mountain, which we are so excited to see. It's absolutely stunning out here with all the limestone cliffs and the way this river just really snakes around them. It's so crazy too, going in and out of the caves. Tour 1 actually has 9 caves that you go through, but I'm pretty claustrophobic, so I opted for the tour that had the least amount of caves, which was tour number 3. After the mountain area, we have 1 more cave to go through before our time is up on the tour this afternoon.
We just popped into some shade and there's also a breeze starting, and that is amazing.
There's also a lot of ducks on the river that are really fun to watch, and lots of really big fish. To help you back here.
Can you get us back to the shore?
I'll try to get us back. I'm not as good as you make it look so easy. Oh, this is not easy at all.
Got us going the right way.
I don't think I have the right technique. I think we're gonna go in a circle. My legs are in the way. Like this? Almost. There, now do I look legit?
Yeah, now you look legit.
Oh
The
my
hat
god.
made it for sure.
I would be fired day 1. No one wants me. It might be more of the wind than me. You must be so strong. Yeah, it's going the wrong way. Good job. So we just finished up with some lunch. We each got fried rice, which was delicious, and only $4 for both of us, which was the best part. Now we're at the ancient city of Vietnam. Could not come here and not check out that piece of history.
So the reason Ho Lu became the capital of Vietnam is because it sits right in the middle of a valley, just completely surrounded by mountains. So it would be very hard to try and attack this capital city. And obviously it was also built up with fortifications at that time. And the city was actually never attacked by an enemy. Whenever Vietnam was attacked back in the 10th and the 11th centuries, they actually fought them further north. And so the city of Ho Lu was never actually attacked. The city was the capital of Vietnam during the Dinh and the LINH dynasties. And then after the LINH dynasty is when it actually transferred over to Hanoi, which is where we were just at.
We are finishing up our day here in Ninh Binh with a egg coffee, which is the famous coffee here that they make like an egg foam and pour on top. It was very delicious. We're at our Airbnb. The river is right behind us. We've watched people wash clothes, wash themselves, and wash vegetables in the river in the last hour or so. So it's a great people watching spot. We hope you enjoyed this video, but stay tuned because next we are going to be traveling tomorrow to Ha Long Bay. So we hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.